Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about the updates that Ducati brought to the Valencia test. Now, they have been working on the engine and they seem to have sorted the drivability issues that were plaguing especially the Pramac team during 2022. So Ducati seemed to be very happy with that. They were also testing a new frame. However, it's very hard to get pictures of any changes that Ducati made because the majority of their frame is actually covered up. But a couple of things that I have noticed, and here you will see firstly on Bastianini's bike the old type of brake shroud that they had on, and I know they have all different types of them. So you'll see here on Bastianini's bike the old type, and as you can see just where the Michelin Man is, there is a bolt, and also below there's another two bolts just above the shell sign. But this brake shroud is completely separate to the actual mudguard. However, if we look at Zarco's bike and you look at the brake shroud, there's no bolt above where the Michelin Man is. However, there's two bolts below. But if you look at the whole shroud and the bottom cup of where the front mudguard is, they all seem to connect together. So for me, this appears to be a one-piece shroud rather than a two-piece. The other big thing that they brought, and I suppose this is something, and it's a compliment to Aprilia, is that they were also running the belly pan that Aprilia have tried, and it is a good and interesting thing that they're using it just to get an understanding of how that works compared to how their downward ducts work. They were trying it with and without downward ducts as well, and I thought that was quite interesting to see, just to get a feel and an understanding of where they were. But all riders except for Jorge Martin tried the Aprilia type belly pan, and there wasn't much feedback about it, but I think with the GP22 to the 23, I think it's only going to be slight tweaks aerodynamically. They are working on the chassis, as we know, but it's very, very hard to see the chassis. And then the other thing that I did notice, and it is absolutely tiny, but where you have a look at their front wing, they're actually, in my view, you'll see here the old painted type versus the newer type. And the newer type, in my opinion, is just slightly smaller. So I think they're trying to get rid of a little bit of drag just to increase that top speed slightly. But overall in the speed traps, they were actually quite similar to the race. I think Pecco topped it. He did a 335 in race. There was a 337 done. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. The Ducati is already a good bike, so I don't think there's a whole revolution needed, more so an evolution. But they are changing the frame and the characteristics of the frame. Now, let's just be clear as well that Pecco has said that they've hit the limit of the frame, so the frame will be all new, and I do believe Zarco has been testing that for a number of races now. So it's not going to come as any major surprise. I think Ducati have learned their lessons from this year, especially with the engine-wise, is to have it all sealed off and have an understanding before you begin actually racing. But I'd definitely love to know your thoughts. What did you see, or what did you think of Ducati's testing in Valencia? Have you seen something else that I haven't? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.